Kayla Marie here with Ball in the Six, and I am here with Ashton Smith, Torontonian, straight here, Scarborough to be exact, actually. Big up. Talk to us about the journey.
It's been a long grind. You know, I started off, I went to Asian Court High School, which wasn't really a big basketball school. So I transferred, went to West Hill for 2 years. Obviously a way better basketball school, a lot more opportunity. Played there for 2 years, and I got a scholarship to go to Indiana University, Pennsylvania. That's a D2 in Pennsylvania. Obviously I had a pretty good career there. Had the most wins in school history, most assists in school history, 5th all time in scoring, 5th all time in steals. Like I had a pretty good resume. I was an All-American, D2 All-American. So going from there, I went overseas after school. Went to Austria, played a season in Austria. Had a pretty good year. Came back, played in the NBL, Canadian League with Raptors, which is now Orangeville A's.
Yeah.
Had a pretty good season there, and then came into this. There was like an open trial. Went to the open trial like 75, 80, but then made it like to go to training camp. They picked 5 guys, went to training camp, and then training camp, I made the team. So there's a grind. It's like I did it not all by myself, but I went and I grinded out. Like I didn't have anybody to really like push for me, or like have an agent that's really well known, or like have any like friends and like head office and stuff. So it was kind of like I went and grinded, worked my butt off, and I made the team.
The route you just explained, it's definitely not the conventional route by any means, but you persevered. So talk to us about what kind of resiliency and perseverance that a guy like you needs, and any young teenager that has hopes and aspirations when it comes to wanting to make it to the elite stage.
So you just gotta have a goal in mind and not let anybody deter you from it. You know, it's kind of like everybody has their own path. That's another problem. A lot of guys see other guys and they're doing this and doing that, and they're getting recognition and stuff. But everybody's not the same. Everybody has their own path. So just stick to your path and what you have to do to get where you need to be, because it's not gonna be the same for everybody, right?
So you've basically been all around North America. You went abroad, and then now you're back home. So now that you're back home, and it's been a while since your teenage days when you were hooping in Scarborough, how would you describe the basketball scene in Toronto now, since you were a youngin?
It's crazy. It's not even comparable. Like Toronto's is so big for basketball right now. We have a lot of great players in college. There's a lot of guys in the NBA that are playing and making an impact in the NBA, like Corey and Tristan. It's just crazy. I'm happy to see it. So I know my kids, you know, will have a chance to get this exposure. When I was coming up, it was tough. I mean, I think my year was like kind of the last year before guys started really going to prep school, and like scouts really came down to like watch guys play a lot. But now it's like high major D1s are coming down and watching guys practice and stuff like every day, like two, 3 times a week. So it's really great for the city. It's really great for the country.
Would you say that now Toronto, or Canada in general, is no longer like a hidden gem? Like folks in the States are finally starting to recognize the potential that's up here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know coaches like specifically want Canadian players now, because a lot of them think that we're more coachable, obviously we're more polite. You know what I mean? So a lot of coaches are really into Canadian players, and we work hard, we're coachable, and it's really good.
What would your advice be if you had to, if you just had someone here who was just looking up to you, that, you know, because one thing that's commendable about your story is that you didn't have much help, like you said, like you created your own path by any means necessary, and so it's led you all the way up to the NBA D-League, and of course you haven't reached the pinnacle yet, because like you said, your ultimate goal is of course to make it to the league.
Be persistent. Just strive for your goal, and don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, you know, and but also take advice from people. Like, don't just, if somebody's giving you criticism, like, take it with a grain of salt, but also try and implement some of that stuff into your game. Because I know there's a lot of coaches out there that they might seem like they're on you and like they don't believe in you, but you're not. You're probably not as good as you think you are at this point, right? So you always have to keep growing, keep building,
Right.
and just be confident in yourself. Confidence in basketball is like a major key. Like people don't really understand. They just see people going out there doing stuff, but a confident player and a non-confident player are two completely different things. Just be confident in yourself, and one of the ways to be confident in yourself is just to work hard. I mean, you work hard, you put in the reps. You know, you shot this shot 1,000 times. You made this layup, you made that move 2,000 times. So when you get out there on the court, you know, you're confident in your abilities. So just be confident, keep going, block the haters out, block out all the negativity, and just go get it.
So what would you say are some of the realities that many guys may not realize is attached when you're dealing and you're working your way up to the league?
The reality is that once you get from high school you're probably the best player on your team. College, you might be one of the best players. Once you get to the pros, there's so many scorers on a team. Like, you have to find your niche. You have to find what you're great at. Like, I come here to all these scorers. I'm not coming here to score. I'm coming here to play defense, distribute the ball, and that's not the glitz. And everybody wants to see like you scoring and hitting threes and doing all the, but like you have to find your niche.
So as a student of the game, who would you say are your top 2, top 3 players that you look up to or that you would say you respect in the league right now, and why?
I just like the way Russell Westbrook just plays so hard, like on every possession, like win, lose, or draw. He's giving it his all at all times. Obviously Steph Curry, because he's just doing like things we've never seen before. Like
Magical.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anybody shoot like that. It's crazy.
For those watching, where can they find out more about you and how can they follow you on social media and just follow your journey?
Instagram, I think it's Ashton Smith 10. That's my Instagram. Twitter, asmith_30. Raptors 905 website.
Awesome. Ashton, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. And you can find out more information on Ashton and the Raptors 905 at ballin6.com. See you next time.